What is up, everybody? Matt here, back again with another video for you. Odds are, if you go into any record store, you'll notice that behind the counter, or sometimes even in a glass case, they have albums with the title Original Master Recording on them. And I always wondered about this, what were these things exactly? And they're always so high priced and oftentimes in the collector's section, and I wasn't too sure about them. So I decided to do some research on them, and what I found was actually pretty interesting. So I'm gonna let you guys in on what's the deal with Original Master Recordings. In 1977, the company Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab was founded by Brad Miller. Records used to be pressed on pristine vinyl discs. However, at some point they switched to a lower quality recycled plastic vinyl, and this created a lot more surface noise and created impurities in records. Also, oftentimes the tape used to make this particular copy that would be sold at market would be many generations behind the original master tape. Miller had begun making records of environmental sounds and even train whistles, and they were really high quality records, but the pressings didn't really sell well outside of people who just like to collect, that kind of audio. Eventually he began purchasing the rights to music that had already been released, and began making transfers from the direct master tapes. He just kind of knew who to ask and how to ask, and started making pressings directly from the original master tapes, hence the term original master recording. He didn't just make the record off the master, he did something really unique. They did a process where the master was recorded at half speed. This was done with very little equalization or compression, and the result was a much more accurate representation of the original master recording than the original one that was commercially available. They were pressed on vinyl that was created by JVC called Super Vinyl, and it actually minimized surface noise. When you bought the record, it came in very thick cardboard sleeves. It had sleeves within sleeves. It had very nice paper that it came in. They really did their best to protect these records. And some of their most popular releases included a reissue of Dark Side of the Moon and even a Beatles box set. When they did the Beatles set, it was the only time, and so far is the only time, in which the Beatles masters ever left Abbey Road. This was the only time it ever happened, so that's pretty incredible. They ended up doing a lot of pressings. Fleetwood Mac, Night Moves, Days of Future Past, The Doors, Welcome to My Nightmare, Ziggy Stardust, Zeppelin 2, Wheels of Fire, Night at the Opera, Let's Dance, Times They Are Changing, Hotel California, Imagine, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, a lot of Stones and a lot of Sinatra, and they even did a special edition of Woodstock, which is a 5-record set. Whew, talk about a collector's item. Sadly, the company went bankrupt in 1999, but their records have become incredible collector's items, and rightfully so. I mean, everything I just talked about, the quality of sound, the quality of the packaging, I mean, everything about it is just so everything collectors want in a vinyl record. I would love to have some in my collection just to hear how they sound. I've never had the joy of being able to even hold one in my hands, but it would be pretty incredible to say, hey, I've got an original master recording of blah. It is a little bit of a double-edged sword for me, because I really do like surface noise. I mean, I do kind of like that, the ambiance that you get from an old record. I think it's almost like you can hear the time that has passed, when you put a record on. I would say if you see one and it's in your price range, definitely go for it. Even just to say if you have it. I think it's just super cool and super neat. I have not had that opportunity yet, sadly, but maybe someday in the future I'll be able to say I own an original master recording. So anyway, that's all I have to say about original master recordings. I will see you guys next time.